I got I got sucked into politics by simply attending a meeting which C.L.R. James and Stephen Mirage and Jack Kelshaw and George Weeks and the unionists were having in protest against an act which Dr. Williams had introduced called the Industrial Stabilization Act. The reason I attended this meeting was because of Stephen Mirage.
So, but he personally invited you?
No, nobody invited me.
Okay, I see.
That was the foolish thing about it. Nobody invited me. I just went out of curiosity.
Okay. And so you weren't politically minded, but you were curious. So that's interesting.
Because this movement was taking place. And
this moment changed your life.
Yeah. And that movement against the Industrial Stabilization Act was taking up a lot of steam.
Yeah.
Because the trade unions were involved. They considered it to be a piece of anti-labor legislation that restricted strikes and so on.
Yes, because Eric Williams, when he came to power, as you say, he was kind of neo-colonial. I'll use the word colonial on the inside. He, although the trade unions were important in the anti-colonial movement, as soon as independence came, he clamped down on the trade unions.
That's right.
And this was the legislation.
So there was a lot of heat going on at that time when I came back in Trinidad over the act, and people just gathering a lot of crowds, audience, and so on. And out curiosity, I went to this meeting in Princestown. And it was Stephen Mirage had this drugstore, which was on the ground floor. And on the upper floor, he had living quarters. And after the meeting, well, first of all, at the meeting, which was at the back of a lorry, you know how they used to have them in those days?
Yes.
They'd put the chairs on the table on the back of a lorry and stick the microphone, the loudspeakers all over. So I was in the audience looking up at him there, he was speaking, and he recognized me. And he summoned me to come, and I went up to the lorry, and he said, come up, come up and sit down. So I went up and sat down on what was then the stage. Right. The back of the lorry was the stage, right? He gave me a chair, I sat down there, and to my great astonishment, after somebody had spoken, he called upon me to speak. Now, I don't know what to say, because I had been to Trinidad for so long, and I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't know what was the whole milieu about. So, as young students who graduate from university consider themselves to be God's intellectual gift to the world, I began to speak about economics. I had just graduated as with a degree in economics, and that's the only thing I could speak about. And I must have speak about a lot of foolishness and so on, but economics and economic theory and so on, which probably nobody understood.
But did they politely clap?
Oh, yeah.
Or was it blank stares? Or were they enthusiastic?
Or they politely, once the audience was there, the audience came to listen to those speakers, and they'd clap anybody who was on the stage who spoke.
Right. But you were used to acting in West End and all, so you had no stage fright.
I'm sure I must have got a little applause. Anyway, the point is, after the meeting, he invited me and others who were on the stage of the meeting to come and have a drink at his premises above the pharmacy. And when we went there, we began talking and so on. And he asked me what I was doing. And I told him the whole story that what I'd gone to work and study and so on and so forth. And I told him that, well, I was on my way to Delhi to do postgraduate work. And he looked me in the eyes and said, with a smirk actually, I know people like you. I know people like you, you know. I thought, what did he mean by that? He knows people like me. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? He says, you see, there are some people in this world who believe that they can hide behind the walls of a university. And the reason is they fear life. They fear to come out in life, so they think they can hide behind the walls of a university. You are one of them.
Wow, wow, what an insight.
I thought, what an insult myself. But it hit me.
Yeah.
It hit me very hard. Because he says, where are you going? We are fighting for people like your father, who belong to the working class and so on. There you are, 3 degrees. You are going to add another one? No, it has to be because you were afraid for your life. And that hit me really very hard.
Wow.
I went home. I couldn't get over it.
Wow.
And I thought, I wonder if this man is right, that I'm really scared of life. I decided I would pack up the scholarship. I packed it up. Jack Kelsall, who was part of the team that was carrying on the struggle against the Industrial Stabilization Act.
A white Trinidadian just to be
yes.
Yes. A multiracial working class struggle.
That's how he was with Chedi Jagan, with Chedi's struggle in Ghana. And
region-wide one then too, beyond boundaries.
He was a solicitor, and he had his offices in San Fernando. And he told me, I will give you an office. And he gave me an office in a building he had on Broadway.
So that was after you
after I decided that.
Yeah. So I mean, just to get over, because this is something very important, because I mean, to this day, people are always faced with choices like that. You have a choice in your life. You have a scholarship that's been given to you, and now you reject it. Did anybody try to talk you out of it? They say, why are you giving up this scholarship? You have this, you're going to India. What did your parents think? Your father? Did anybody? Or you just went ahead and you said, listen.
My father didn't say anything. Probably he too thought I was hiding behind the walls.